All right, that's a little better. Well, welcome to another live. This is my second time going live today. And if you don't know me, I am Josie, the owner and founder of Girl Plus Kingdom TV and Ministries. And on this channel, I offer advice from a kingdom perspective to help you to transform your life in the area of relationships, in the area of health and fitness, in the area of you discovering your purpose and leveling up your life. And we also do beauty content as well on this channel. And so if you love that type of content, please be sure to subscribe. We talk about business on this channel as well. And I give you kingdom strategies and tips to help you to level up in all areas that I mentioned to you. And if you would love to know more information, you feel free to go to girlpluskingdomtv.org and go ahead and get all of the things that we have available for you on or at girlpluskingdomtv.org. I'm sorry, y'all. It's a little bit of like a little bit. I'm trying to make sure that I'm giving y'all everything before I get into the topic of today's discussion. As you can see, welcome to another live. And as you can see, we're going to be talking about chances. We're going to be talking about decision making when it comes to relationships. Because a lot of times God will send us people, He will send us a person, and sometimes we think, oh, I can't miss my person, or oh, I can't miss that opportunity, or oh, I won't miss that. It was for me, it's for me. Y'all know how we say that? What's for me is for me. If it's meant from God, I won't miss it. But in this season of my life, I have come to realize that y'all, that is not true. That is simply not true. And it doesn't mean that I'm saying like what's meant for you, God won't send it your way. Yeah, God will send it your way. But if you don't know how to steward that thing well, if you don't have the discipline to maintain the thing that God sends you, you will lose it. And I need somebody to understand on here today that yes, this is even included in relationships because God will send us quality people, people that are have the potential to be our spouses, people that fit the bar, got everything that we've been praying for, got everything that we've been believing in God for. But when they come, we are not ready. And as a result, we end up missing out or getting rid of the whole possibility of the chance of even having a healthy relationship, all because we thought, oh, what's meant for me is for me. And we waste time and we miss chances and we miss opportunities as a result. And so I'm here to tell you, if you have never heard or if you did not notice, that yes, God can send you a quality person, somebody that loves God, fit everything that you've been praying for, has everything that you've prayed and said, God, this is exactly what I want in a spouse. But when that person comes, a lot of times what we end up doing is sabotaging that type of relationship. And why? Because we ourselves did not do the internal work that was necessary to maintain that type of connection. And so I want to come on here to say to you, like, if you think that people will not come and go out of your life just because what's meant for you is meant for you, then you're going to miss it. If you think that you can continue to operate in mediocrity or not walk in the fullness of your purpose and potential, then when you meet somebody, you feel like, okay, I'll find somebody else. It's a lot of great people out here. That's a lie. It's a lie. It's not true. While there are a lot of great people, if you're not in position, if you do not do the necessary internal work, if you don't go to counseling and go to therapy and get healed, if you don't pray and ask God to heal your wounds from your past, and then you find somebody that's quality, you find somebody that's kingdom, you find somebody that fit everything you've been praying for, what'll end up happening is you'll end up self-sabotaging the relationship, or you'll end up that person to end up walking away from you, not because they were not sent by God, but because you did not do the proper work that it takes to actually maintain and sustain that type of relationship. God gives us the things that He's that he wants us to have, but then it's up to us to maintain it. It's up to us to steward it. It's up to us to say, you know what, I'm actually going to take this opportunity, because the Bible says that we ought to make the most or the best out of every opportunity. This includes relationships. So I wanted to leave that with y'all, because I've been hearing it quite a bit. People saying, oh, well, me personally, it's a lot of great people out there. So if this is for me, God gonna send it. I'm gonna end up blessed, and I'm gonna end up, or if they leave, walk away, oh well. You just missed your moment. You just missed your kingdom spouse. You just missed the person that God wanted you to be with. It wasn't God that pushed them away. And you hearing the voice of somebody who been divorced twice. And so why did I end up divorced twice? I ended up divorced twice because even though God put me inside of one of the relationships that with the man that I married, the last man that I married, God put me there. It wasn't just me just choosing to be married to him. But even in that, the relationship didn't work because both of us were not equally congruent for one another. I'm going to say that again. The relationship did not work because both of us were not equally congruent to one another. And so there were things that I needed to work on. There was things that he needed to work on. And we didn't do that work before we got into marriage. And so the marriage did not stand. It did not stand the test of time, and it did not stand in a secure place when we were married. Okay. And so that taught me to prepare yourself for marriage. This don't mean you got to be perfect. And this don't mean that you have to have all your stuff together. But if you want to have a healthy relationship, you need to take time to do the internal work before you try to find a spouse or be in position to be found if you are a wife. Because what you don't work on in your single season is going to carry on with you in your marriage. And marriage won't fix anything. Marriage won't fix your whorish tendencies. Marriage won't fix the voids in you that you need God to heal or fill. Marriage won't come in and fix your daddy issues or your mommy wounds. Marriage won't fix your bad attitude or overlook, because now I'm married, now all of this is going to be overlooked. No. Do the work first, because what you do not prepare for, when the time comes, when the opportunity comes for you to walk into that healthy marriage, for you to meet the person that God has for you to sustain your relationship long term. If you don't have the qualities, you won't be able to sustain it. And that's not a guarantee that an opportunity will come back a second time. There's no guarantee that God will send another spouse to you. But it's only us, because sometimes we're selfish. So it just be us that think, oh, that's going to come back again. Not necessarily. And the pastor that I was under prior to now taught me, make the most out of every opportunity. When doors open, walk through them, because you never know if that door is going to open again later in your life. You never know if that door is going to be the door to come open later on when you think it will. No. So if you meet somebody that's quality, if you meet somebody that meets the things that you pray for, you need to pray on it first. And once God give you an answer, I dare you to begin to lock in. I dare you to begin to lock in. Hey, Nadia, I dare you to begin to lock in and see if that's the person that God have for you. Because chances and opportunities in relationships do not always happen a second time. All right. That's what I have for y'all today. I want you to be encouraged. Know that God is with you, even in your decision making for your relationships. Include God in your decision making for your relationships. And make sure that if you meet a quality good person, that you literally do everything that you can to maintain that and sustain that type of relationship. Because again, it's not guaranteed that that opportunity or that specific person, place, or people, that specific man or woman is going to come back into your life again. All right. Life does not work that way. I wish that it did. I wish that I could say, oh, well, everything that's meant for me, baby, it's meant for me. And what God got for me is what God got for me. Listen, life does not work that way. When God gives you a blessing and places it in front of you, it is then up to you to say yes to that blessing, maintain that blessing, steward that blessing, and do what you got to do to keep that blessing. God is not going to give you a man or a woman and then steward that relationship. God is not going to give you a man or a woman and then also on top of that, do everything for y'all. No. So that's why I'm saying to you, based off my experiences, to tell you, coming on here to tell you and give you wisdom to say, listen, you meet somebody quality, you meet somebody that fits your prayer list, you meet somebody that is kingdom, you meet somebody that's, invested into you, invested into your purpose. They love you, they love God, they not perfect, they willing to do the work on themselves and change and grow and become. Listen, listen, listen. You need to lock that down, because it's not that it's not a whole lot of other people that God have put on the earth, but you're not going to meet. It's not a guarantee that you're going to meet a quality person once you messed over the other quality person that you met. Or if that didn't work for whatever reasons, because of you or the person, it's not guaranteed that God is going to then come back around and double back and send you somebody else. He is a God of second chances, but life does not work that way. Life does not work that way. We have to make the most of every opportunity. When the opportunity presents itself, when the opportunity arises, take it. Take it. Because a lot of times we get into these relationships and then we think that, oh, we everything. I'm it. Forgetting the other person. And then when that person walk away, we want to say, oh, well, they just didn't want me. Oh, well, they not good enough for me. Or, oh, they thought that I wasn't good enough for them. When in all actuality, that was the person you were supposed to marry. But because of where you were in your heart and in your mind and in your spirit, you were not properly positioned or prepared to then walk alongside that person, and you sabotage the relationship as a result. So this is why we need to do the internal work. This is why we need to heal. This is why we need God to restore our soul. This is why we need to be asking God, what is our purpose, so that we can get busy doing the very things that God has called us to. So when the kingdom spouse, husband, or wife come into our lives, we will be properly prepared and positioned for that person. And we won't push them away. We won't propel them. We will actually bring them closer to us, and then we'll be able to fulfill that role of a husband and wife. So I pray that this bless y'all. Please subscribe to the channel if you love godly content surrounded by transformational topics that'll help you in your business, your ministry, your health and fitness and wellness, that'll also help you in relationships and every other aspect of your life. I am Josie, the founder of Girl Plus Kingdom TV and Ministries, and I will check in with y'all in the next video. Uh-oh.